I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
NBPA voice. Here we go.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just really sorry. Hi, you're here. I'm here. We're here. Did I mention that we're here? We're here. I know this is a miracle in itself that we are here together in this moment. I am back. I cannot say for how long or for when. All I can say is that I am here now. Go look in the mall. Go look at that pillar that tells you, that gives you the map of the mall and tells you that you are here because you are here. You are here. I am here. Did I mention that I'm sorry? If you have no idea who I am and have never seen my content before, I'm sorry you found me like this. That's why I'm sorry. But I'm so glad you're here. My name is Ashley. I am a vocal coach and I have been reacting to Nerdy Prudes Must Die. So you're catching the next episode. In all transparency, I have filmed this next episode before. It is Ruth. Giving us a little solo, and I won't spoil it for those that have been watching along because I know that there are some of y'all out there. I need to explain myself. I disappeared. I will tell you that there are two large events that happen in December, and one of those is my twin's birthday. And then also Christmas. And then not only that, I am now a full-time music teacher, teaching all ages from pre-K 3 to 8th grade. I guess that's not all ages, but that's a lot of the school ages, okay? I teach a lot of them. And I was a brand new teacher learning and figuring things out, and I know that next semester I will be adding on more electives, so I'm still figuring things out this year. So thank you for bearing with me, thank you for patiently waiting, and thank you for checking in, because some of you guys checked in on me and that was just so sweet. And it I kind of wondered, I was like, if I disappear, will anybody notice? And you did, you noticed, and that means so much. And again, I'm just really sorry that I had a plate and I only have this much plate to put things on, and I was just stuffed. And so I've had a break, I've had a breather, and I want to start filming some stuff for you guys and pre-preparing it for you and trying to get it preset so that you guys know that something's coming and I don't just leave you guys hanging. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm not abandoning you guys. I'm okay. And we are here. So let's get back to Nerdy Prudes Must Die. I actually don't even know what happened. Let me refresh myself too. Okay, so Max died. They didn't kill him, but kind of they put him in a situationship that with death. So, but of course Max blames them. And well, what they did do wrong is that they wanted to cover it up, so they sliced his body in a bunch of smithereens. Oh, and then we got what was his name? I don't remember anybody's names anymore. Richie Lipschitz. He was like finally fitting in. They were at the game and Max kills him. He comes back. Oh yeah, Max comes back from the dead, in case you didn't know. So he died and then kills Richie Lipschitz. And then we get some really beautiful moments from that. The Max Jaegerman and between Max Jaegerman and Richie Lipschitz. There's just a lot going on. And I know that the cops came and they interviewed Angela's character, who I can't, was my favorite character and still is. It's just I can't remember her name right now. Bowtie. Pete, Angela, Steph, and Grace. But George, I got it. I got there eventually. They get interviewed by the police and they think that they have found a body at the Whalen house, right? Whalen. Anyway, I think they're like, no, but then they find out in that moment that Richie has also passed. And then we cut scene to Ruth, who is running lights for a play. And this is the moment that we're going to get. So let's jump into it. What do you want from me? Excuse me. When I'm gone. Before the dawn. what you want from me when I'm gone. Or is this the eternal bliss before the dawn? I don't even think I sing the lyrics right. That just popped into my head. This music has not been living. It was evicted from my head for other things, and all of a sudden it popped into my head. Okay, I know where we are. We just saw Hatchettown, which was a bunch of cameos, and it was the opener to the second act. I thought I was further along, and I am not. I've got some watching to do. Here we go.
Hey! School is on lockdown. Where do you think you're going?
Rehearsal. I'm running the light board for the school production of the barbecue monologues.
Ah,
Yeah, because the show must go on.
I saw that in New York.
Really? How was it?
Fucking transcendent. All right, move along.
Okay.
The sound effects. Yet again, you hear the birds.
Here's the thing about a barbecue. It brings folks together from all walks of life.
Wait.
There's
Is he Southern Baptist or is he British? From all walks of life. I love it. He's probably trying to find his way into the accent of the dialect. But is he going to go British, or is he trying to be Southern? Or a preacher Southern? Because that sounds a little bit like this. I would know. I was Southern Baptist once in my day.
story behind every burger, every kebab. I hope these stories tonight are a lot like these patties here.
Anybody else hungry? I
Well
want that
done.
burger that he's cooking.
You hear that? That's the sound of love.
Family. Passion.
Betrayal.
I just want to make them happy.
I just want my neighbor to finally notice me.
I want to remember who I am.
This is the story of my barbecue.
My barbecue.
My barbecue.
My barbecue.
These are our barbecue monologues.
Hold! That was great, guys. Oh, okay. Caitlin.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little more heart when you say my barbecue?
Yeah.
Ruth, I think we missed a light cue.
Well, someone got the cue line wrong. It's supposed to be, I want to remember who I used to be, Trevor. I lose my spot when they don't stick to the script.
All right, everyone, let's take 10, then places for the top of the show.
Thank you, Ken.
I want to say this, that it has pros and cons to my short-term memory that I seem to constantly live with as an ADHDer. But pro here is, yes, I've watched this before and I kind of remember what it's about, but I feel like I'm watching it again for the first time. So yes, I've seen this before. Yes, and maybe I'll even like put in clips of the old footage, but I just needed to go back and react to it again. I also think that I reacted to this in a huge lineup. So I think I filmed 4 videos all in one. And by the time I got to Ruth, I was kind of done. You know, when you get to the end of your workday and your brain starts shutting off and you're like, I'm done. I love what I'm doing, but man, I still have time limits on my focus, right? So I was kind of done, and I don't think that I gave it the love that it deserved. So I'm going to watch it again.
Ruth, we need to refocus that light center stage. You think you can handle it?
I guess. God, I gotta do everything around here. Well, like, but the light is on.
Oh, hey.
Whoa. So this is what it's like, huh? To be in the spotlight instead of the booth. Betcha I could do it. Betcha I could. At least as well as Caitlin. I could act. If it wasn't for my anxiety, my greasy skin, my rainforest pits. In my dreams, I'm the star of the show.
Yeah.
In my dreams,
Yeah.
it's my barbecue.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen your grill brush, Maury. Yes, I used it to brush my hair this morning. Can't you tell? Oh, don't leave me out here with the meat, Maury. Medium? How can something be medium and well, Maury? Maury.
Maury.
I turned 40 today.
40 is the number she picks.
To me. Saturday, we installed a new bay window, and it was something right out of a dream I never had.
Okay. Saturday, very nasally, or rather, not nasally at all, meaning she's not even using her nasal cavities. She is purposefully putting forth this voice that is not good because she's not really an actress. Like Ruth's character's not really an actress. But that's what she's bringing forth. But I think it's anchoring her tone up into a nicer spot, actually. Now, I have some beef with the term nasally. A lot of people who have never taken voice lessons or understand the anatomy of our vocal instrument, when they hear that meh or that Britney Spears or then Saturday, when they hear that, they say, oh, that sounds nasally. But what it really is that you are blocking off your nasal cavities, so everything is coming through your mouth instead. Let's talk about this real quick. This is where your voice box lives. So when you send air up from your diaphragm, you have a fork in the road right here. So you capture the sound's coming out, and then it chooses two spots to go to. In fact, most of the time you need to use both. So you have your mouth cavity, and then you have your nasal cavity. There's a lot of space. There's actually a lot more space in our nasal cavity, our sinuses, than there is in our mouth cavity. Why? Because we got this stupid muscle that takes up all the space. The tongue gets in the way all of the time, which is why if you're being coached by a choir director or vocal coach, they're like, open your mouth. That's first of all, take a deep pelvic floor breath and then open your mouth. Why? Because your tongue is taking up the majority of your space. Get it out of the way. If you're a legit dedicated singer, you have to open up your mouth sometimes. You'll hear many professional singers talk about this, that in music videos and stuff, they don't look how they sing in a live recording studio. Watch them and watch the faces that they have to make in order to make these sounds. Watch live. That's why I say watch live videos and stuff of people singing, because there's no way to get certain belts and stuff without opening your mouth. Wow, I went on a really side tangent and I am so sorry, but the nasal cavities. So you need to be sending sound through your nasal cavities. That dictates the tone and the quality of your voice. It's called timbre. timbre. It looks like timbre, but I mean, it's timbre. It's the quality of your voice. Like a lot of times you can picture a picture or an image in your head or different colors in your head, depending on the music that you're hearing. For example, if I were to go, that sounds happy, right? It invokes this feeling of happiness, and it can create like a yellow or a bright sunny day. You imagine a bright sunny day with grassy fields, or you imagine like pink bubble gum, like just something happy and bright, right? Da 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 da. Now let's look at there was a time when men were kind. You might get like a dark purple from that. That's all dictated by the space that you create in your nasal cavities. Yes, I'm opening my mouth, but what that's doing is it's shifting the roof of my mouth to change. Ah, and then it's just, I could go on and on about this, and I can already tell that I'm going into super detail that might be over some of y'all's heads. But moral of the story is you need your nasal cavity. So whenever I get new singers and I say you need to open up your nasal cavities and sing into them, they're afraid because they've always heard bad singers referred to as nasally. And so it keeps them away subconsciously from their nasals, which you need to use. So, using a nice if you're not sure if you're using your nasal cavities or not, if I were to, Saturday, notice that it's like, it kind of has this, feeling. It's because she's Saturday. You hear the difference? Saturday. She's using a little bit of a really tiny nasal, but mostly it's in her mouth. But I think this is going to help her voice stay lifted. That's what we're getting right now. Let's keep going. Let's hear about Ruth's monologue. Murray.
Saturday belongs to soccer practice. I pack their little cakes for after the games. They never win.
Oh.
And life is full of all.
Okay. And life is full. We're getting this more. Because instead of this Saturday, it's so much more noticeable that floaty and life is full. She is lifted, and we're getting this more ovally. It's a term that I've just made up. This ovally type sound where it's where we hear in like Disney Princess Dream era. You know what I mean?
They never win. And life is full of all of the trappings of the well-to-do.
And then when she came down, she brought that meh. I'm wondering if it is difficult for her to keep that with those pitches because they're so high up. If the higher you sing, the more open mouth you have to. Otherwise, it's going to be a very piercing sound. And life, ouch! I just tried it. And life was full. It's hard to keep that tone, so she opted for just a. And life was full. Let it be dramatic and this full voice, this more classical voice. And then she switched into da-da. And then as she came back down to a healthier, safer region and range, then she switched back into her nasally sound. Do you want to hear it again? Here you go.
Games, they never win. And life is full of all of the trappings of the well-to-do. And life goes on as I shop for shutters to obstruct the view, and life is fine if only it were mine.
I love that moment. And life is fine. Got some mezzo piano there, meaning kind of quiet. If only it were mine. Yes, she's acting, but I don't think. I'm wondering how much of this is Ruth's character and how much of the character Ruth we are getting out of this character playing. You see what I'm saying? Like, is she masking to actually portray her real life feelings? So either way, it's one of these characters' soft, vulnerable moments, and I live for those. Like, I don't know, I connect to those. They're very relatable. Anyway, but that was really, if only they were mine. And she cut the nasally sound for this real vulnerable moment.
But just for once, I'd be the center of attention. Just for once, remember what a life can be.
This is a Ruth moment.
Just for once, I'd feel the light inside, the burning of a candle.
It is so hard to be this soft and move through the registers. It takes so much control in order to do so. And just for one side, there's a jump there. So she was going to have to trampoline off of some diction or something in order to still have a powerful forward sound. And just for once I'd be, I think here she's using a straight tone E sound, which is a closed laser beam sound rather than a dictated bigger vowel. Let's figure out what she's doing. Know that this takes a lot of control. For me personally, it's harder to produce these really controlled smaller sounds than it is to produce a really large belt because it's more of a release. Those are easier for me, and that's just me. Let's see what she's got going on.
I'd feel the light inside, the burning of
the burning. She had containment there. Did you see her hands? The burning of the touch. She had a little bit of a puff of air in order to move over that vocal hill there. The burning of, and she used the b there. And then she also had a moment before. I think feel the F.
just for once I'd feel the light.
I'd feel the light. Ooh is hard because say it's kind of stuck in the back. So la, that's a hard word. She moved through that nicely. I almost missed that. E is easy. I'd feel. Now, if I was her vocal coach, that second one, the la, how do you get through that? You aim for that E sound. Feel life instead of feel life. You hear how different that is? You want to make it as cohesive and unified as possible so that you can stay on track vocally.
What a life can be. Just for once I'd feel the light inside, the burning of a candle, living just for once. Living just for 39, I lose my hair under careful chemo treatment.
Do you see that switch back into her character? It's giving me Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde moments where we're seeing Ruth playing a character and what that would look like if she was in the barbecue monologues versus Ruth playing a character and what Ruth thinks and what Ruth's character thinks. It's like Ruth play Inception here. I love it.
And I was not unhappy about the attention I ensnared. Judge me. It fucking worked. I'm fucking here. He's fucking her. I'm disappointed. There's still carpet in the bathroom. And of the two, who's the worse for wear? Me. We love our dogs, especially Captain. He's a bullshit mix. The pool is...
Ruth thought that was funny because Ruth is making this up as she goes. It's not a script, right? Because this is just something made up. So this is being made up in her mind. It's a bullshit mix. I thought that was funny. Oh, the cleverness of me, says Ruth. She's so cute.
Out, the neighbors come rushing. or he prefers their kids, and the world's a stage when you're middle of age. But just for once, my life could be just what I wanted.
Beautiful.
Just for once, I'd feel the spark that I once knew. Just for once, I'd feel the fight inside, the burning of a candle, something more than I can handle.
How open her mouth is.
Just for once.
Okay.
Should I flip the
We're very heavy in head voice now because she switched into this more pretty voice, but she is contrasting so much from, like, Lauren is contrasting so much from her normal voice versus her character voice and Ruth's voice in the real moments, but she's, in her mind, she's in pretty mode, if that makes sense. Like, this is the pretty moment, but it's like it pushed too far pretty and quiet. So it's time to build up, and she needs a little bit of that nasally, brighter sound in order to have a stronger upper register. But you see what I'm saying? Like, but she, in her brain, subconsciously, she thinks that that's not pretty. Does that make sense? Because it's so too contrasting from what she's been doing to make this pretty sound. So right here, we're getting it's a lot lighter and a lot more, her voice is a lot more diluted with air, instead of a big bolder voice that I would have probably liked to hear. It's still pretty. It's just not what I would have liked. So let's listen again, and maybe I can come up with what I think I would like it to sound like.
something more than I can handle?
Great.
Just for
Okay, go away. Just for once. She needed to crescendo or get louder there and grow into the sound. But just for once. You hear the difference? Just for once. You see the difference? I think that would have been a bolder moment there.
Should I flip the burgers now?
Should I flip the burgers now? See how classical that is? Hi, I'm editing Ashley. I just wanted to fix something that I said here. I don't necessarily agree with what I'm talking about here. I am starting to talk about her, should I flip the burgers now? And I said that she did it very in head voicey. And it is true that she's flipping between head voice, mixed voice, and belt voice and chest voice all throughout this. She's moving through a ton of registers here. But on this specific phrase, she started head voice, but then on now had a really nice belt, whiny, in the best way voice. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I have headphones on now and I didn't then. I don't know. But I just wanted to clarify my actual genuine thoughts. Enjoy. Head voice. Should I flip the burgers now? But what she's done, she's kind of stuck in head voice. Sometimes that happens with singers. You get stuck in head voice. And and she's trying to make it bigger. She's trying to make it bigger, but what she's doing, she's opting for straight tone head voice. So instead of, should I flip the burgers now? That's with a lot of vibrato for dramatic effect, so you could see the difference. She's going, should I flip the burgers now? So, you see what she's kind of trying to her way through her head voice. Would have liked to, should I flip the burgers now? A more whiny belt here.
Should I double check it's well done on the outside, not within? Oh.
Okay, so when she started going into she was approaching this moment, that's kind of a whine. Should I flip the burgers now? Wish I would have had that whine on the now. Should I flip the burgers now? Nah. That weird, I just can't think of the word. There's a word there when you quickly move. It's like a grace note. we'll call it a grace note, when you kind of move quickly through a couple notes. It's not a riff or a run, but it's like a quick out of key note. No. Should that moment allowed her to flip back into more of this whiny or twang voice, and she switched back into the voice I would have wished she carried on through. She's using a lot of head voice. This is a voice that's typically, it's right before advanced. So she has a hold on and understands her upper register, and she could sing safely up there. This is safe singing. This is more stylistically, the stylistic part is missing from here, and what would have been better for this moment. Again, not a wrong choice. It's just not the choice that the audience might like to hear. It's like listening to a classical singer sing, a classical singer try to sing like a rock song, or like Pat Benatar. That's what this feel is giving me right here. Now, I need to say, do I love this moment of Ruth? Of course I love this moment of Ruth. I'm living for it. I'm thriving with it. I just need to point out the vocal parts as well. Now, that was a really cool moment. Just for once! Just for once! Just for once! Talk about classical rock. That is a classical rock thing where they go into their head voice, but you get this breakage in there. Once! Just for once! You see how I added a little rasp there? That's a classical rock thing. That was a really cool moment that Jeff Blem put there. That's so Jeff Blem. We're back to Ruth's character now.
The other day, the Johnsons borrowed my tap shoes.
Oh, rude.
Their eldest daughter is beginning tap.
Do they fit your eldest daughter?
It was no bother. I never, ever used them. I used to dance. I found your grill brush, Bori. It was right here, all along.
Oh, I think I heard Max. Ooh, but that's in the next episode. So I am going to keep watching, I think I still have time. Yeah, we know that Ruth dies. Why am I getting... It's time for Ruth to die. Like, all the non-surprise characters to die. Anybody that dies after this will be a surprise. I would love to see a singing moment here again. I would love to have another moment between Max and his victims. That would be awesome to get that every single time. So we'll see. I think that... I wonder if there's a callback. I can't remember the beginning of the show now. I just remember that Richie sings and Ruth sings, and they both sing a little solo, and I'm wondering, I need to go back and watch, because I'm wondering if there's a callback to now that we're seeing them die. It would be cool if there was a vocal melodic callback to what we first heard them sing when they told us that they died. I'm dead! That kind of moment. I can't remember it right now, but it would be really cool if there was a callback here. Maybe that's something that, to be like, oh yeah, we knew that they died. We're like, oh my gosh, it's been so long, I forgot that they died and they're dying. We're still surprised because it's been an hour and a half since we last heard that they were gonna die. So I'd be interested in that. I love Ruth's character. I would be sad to see this character go, because I really like seeing that it's her comedic relief. Lauren has done such a really great job with this character, with the accents. I love the contrast that she portrayed, and showed us all different types of her different ranges of her voice. I've heard more from Lauren in this movie, in this performance than I've heard in other performances that I've seen Lauren in. So it was really fun to get to see and explore her vocal register more, and I can't wait to hear more of it. I hope that there's just more and more and more. I think someone says that she might play the lead in Firebringer. I think I said that right. And that's on the docs. Hopefully I'll get to it eventually. I'm praying for it. I would love to hear more from her. I want to hear more of her after. So I can't wait to see if she does more in character. I mean, you don't want to take her away from the character voices though, because she plays the characters, the funny comedic relief characters so well, her and her husband, right? Joey Richter. But what a fun little monologue that we got from Ruth and Ruth's character. Sorry, Ruth's character. It sounds like Maury needs to go. So hopefully you get out of that abusive relationship. But it also makes you wonder, like, again, why did Ruth, the character, come up with this? So it is also contrasting in that right before Richie dies, he says, "Oh, I feel fulfilled. I feel happy. I'm finally free to live my life. I'm not a loser. I'm not a loser." That was a SpongeBob reference, if anybody has seen the SpongeBob musical. Really good, by the way.
I'm not a loser.
I'm not a loser. Anyway, but here we're getting the vibes like, she needs a climax in her life. She needs to have some positivity. It doesn't seem like she's been touched in her life. Like she's just dreaming for this life. And it just seems like there might be some, like, where is she getting these familial vibes? Is it from her real life? Is she reflecting and like feeling like she can reflect in this character and hide behind this character to showcase her Ruth's real feelings? So if so, that makes you sad because we know she's going to die, that she didn't get a super fulfilled life. So if you want to see what happens next with me, don't forget to like and subscribe to catch all my vocal reaction videos when they come out. They will, I promise. I will try not to abandon you as long as get. I didn't know that was going to happen. I would have warned you if I knew. I hope to see you in the next video. I'm going to keep on watching. Watch with me. And I'll sing with you soon. Bye!
Should I flip the bird?